Hello, welcome back to 3D Drawing for Model Railway. In today's episode I'm going to continue working on with the cab, and I'm going to start to look at the rear section of the cab that we haven't touched yet. And if we look at some photos, we've got a couple of windows which are symmetrical each side, obviously the door. So we're looking to add all this detail in for those, and then we'll see how far we get in the time I've got today. Okay, so again I'm working from some drawings that Paul's supplied me. Again, I can't share them, but we can work our way through, and you can just copy the sizes and dimensions as we go along. So first thing we've got to do is make sure that we've got the radio buttons selected for the cab, and then we're going to start to draw on this back surface. And I'm going to start by doing a side window. So if we click on the back of the cab, and I'm going to get rid of the chassis so we don't have to worry about looking at that. So first thing is going to use a normal rectangle, and I'm just going to drag that out onto the rear. So if we look at the dimensions, so what I've got, we have 3.5 inches from the side here, so you can draw that dimension. So from this edge to the edge of the cab is, let's say, 3.5 inches, and then divide that by 1.8. Height from the bottom is 36 inches. So again, we're looking here at 0.6 for the width there and 6.18 from the height. The height of the window itself is 42 inches. And the width is 25 and a quarter. That's all the dimensions we need for that. If we look at the picture, we've got rounded windows. So what I'm going to do is just change this dimension for this. It's 7.21 on the height. I'm going to actually delete that, and I'm just going to add it in from there. It's automatically populated that itself. Fill it off the corners, and I think I'm going to go for 0.5 on the radius. So all those radius are 0.5, 4.3 width, 4.33 width, 7.21 height. So that's all that we need on that. And what we can then do is select the inner profile and extrude that, cutting through to the back wall. Now, here you can obviously see the issue being the width of the window. Sorry, the width of the body. The window is actually cut into that body width. Now, I can't reduce the width of the body to this width here because it would just be too flimsy. So I'm going to have to take that profile, extrude that, and we'll just bring that profile back into the cab a little bit and cut that away. So I've brought that back in myself by 1mm. So it's just cutting in slightly. We'll be able to put a piece of plastic in there, glass in there to make it glazed. But that's our window. So what we can then do is we need to mirror this to the other side. So again, I'm going to draw a sketch on this profile, and in fact, I don't need to do that. Let's get rid of that. Finish that sketch. Delete that. We've got the mid-plane somewhere, I believe. If we haven't, we'll add them. Yeah, we've got the mid-plane there. So we can do mirror, and then features. We select these two features, so that's the window and that little extrusion there. The mirror plane, I'm going to do plane 1, which is the mid plane. then removed the window on the other side. Next thing we've got is the door to do. In fact, before we do the door, I'm just going to add the window frames on. So I'm going to draw a sketch on the back profile. I'm going to do an offset from the windows. I think we're doing 0.3 on the other one, so we can do that on this. We do the same on that window, so that's again minus 0.3. And if we select the two profiles and extrude that to 0.1. So that gives us the frame appearance for the window, and then we'll go on to the door now. So again, drawing on this inside face, we'll draw the door. So again, I'm going to use a rectangle, and I'm just going to drag that out. Okay, so we'll put on height. I haven't got height first, so let's do dimension from, look at the inside edge of the window to there. So it's 3 inches. Actually looks a bit small. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to do 3 inches from there. And the same dimension, that. Why won't it snap to it? That doesn't seem right. 3 inches divided by 1.8. That's better. 0.51. Okay, we've got height from the bottom here. It's 5.5 inches. And I think from there to there, looking at the drawing, it's 14.5 inches. Not quite that. I'm actually going to change that to 2.2 millimeters. It was 2.49, so I'm just going to change to 2.2 to bring that up slightly. And now we've got the door. I'm going to draw an offset on the inside of it by 0.2, and that's just going to give us the seam of the door. Selecting the gap in between that and extruding minus 0.15. That gives us the door seam. Okay, so now we'll do the window. So we'll draw a sketch on the door face, rectangle again. Okay, so the height of the window is 41 inches. And we have a width of 3. So I'm going to go from there to the edge of the door. 3 inches. Excuse me. and it says on the diagram that this corner is the same height as this. So first of all, what I'll do is I'll add the fillets in, and we're doing those at 0.5, and then we're going to horizontally constrain that point to that point. Okay, then we'll do an offset on the outside of this. I'm just going to do 0.2. Just inside the door there. Click on OK for that. Okay, so we'll extrude and cut that through the door. If we go back into the sketch, we'll then extrude the frame to the same height as the other ones. And then get that sketch turned off. Okay, so that's the door drawn. We've got things like the door handle and the hinges to do now. Unfortunately, the position of the door hinges isn't noted on the drawing, but we can see that they're near the top of the window there and close to the bottom of the door. So we'll just use our standard rectangles for these. I'm going to rotate around. I'm going to put it sort of in this top area here. I'm going to draw on, let's go for the inner surface of the door seam we drew. Select a rectangle. I'm going to snap the inside of the door, and if you look at the picture, it's sort of level with where the radius comes down. So I'm going to draw it. I'm going to go for 0.35 wide and 1mm tall. Its position, I'm going to vertically constrain that to the top of the radius there, and then select both of those profiles and extrude that forwards. I'm going to come forward 0.3 and be a joint, and then I'm going to rectangular pattern features, select that hinge, select the vertical axis. We need 2 of them, and drag that down. I'm dragging that down to 9mm, just doing 2 of them. Click on OK, and that's our hinge drawn. So now the next thing we'll draw is the door handle. Again, I'm not going to do it in too much detail. I don't want to draw it as a proper handle. I'll just draw a normal rectangle and engage. You're not going to see the size of it. So I'm just going to draw a sketch and a rectangle size just below, like this. And we'll go for 0.35mm. Sorry, do that. 1mm on the length and 0.35 on the height. And then we'll dimension from the corner to the base. Let's go for 3.9mm, and from the corner to the side, 0.4mm, and extrude that. I think I'm going to come to 0.2mm. So if you really wanted to draw it as a door handle, you could, but again, in Engage, it's going to be so delicate that I think it'll just get snapped off, whereas this at least gives a representation of it being there. And the next one we'll draw is there's like this range strip that sits above the door. So if we rotate around and we'll draw that again on the top surface there. And just use a rectangle to represent it. Dimension wise, I'm going to go from the corner to that corner of the door. I'm going to let it overlap by 0.3mm, and I'll do the same on the other corner. That gives us a length of almost 5mm, 4.99mm. Height, height of that, we go for 0.4, and draw a height from the top of the door as 0.3, and then extrude that. I think I'm going to come out, let's try 0.3, see how it looks. Yeah, that's fine. I actually think I might go back and just edit that to make it a little bit thinner. 0.3. That just represents this. Obviously, you can see it's thinner on there, but 0.3mm is really thin as it is. So having created all that, I think I'm going to leave the episode at this point here. So we've got the majority of the CAD work done there. We've got the basic shape, the details, windows and doors all drawn. There's a couple of things that we could add on, but we'll go around and do like a detailing episode where I'll catch all those things up. There's stuff like this little light at the top, this little fuel can of some description maybe, or an exhaust or something. I think it's a fuel because it's got a little cap on the top. And there's other things like we'll add in this pipe that comes down the side here for the rain. So we'll do that, as I say, on another episode, and we'll catch all those things. Hopefully being able to follow along, and you're able to get the wagon to a similar sort of level where we're at the moment here. If you get any questions, then please leave a comment below, and I'm more than happy to help out where I can. So thanks for watching.